Rapunzel's Tower Adventure. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a beautiful girl named Rapunzel. She had long, golden hair that shimmered like the sun. Rapunzel lived in a tall tower hidden deep in a magical forest. The tower had no stairs, only a single window at the very top. Rapunzel lived there because a wicked witch had taken her from her parents when she was just a baby. Every day, the witch would visit the tower. She would stand at the bottom and call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel would lower her long braid, and the witch would climb up to the window. Rapunzel spent her days singing, painting, and dreaming of the world outside. One bright and sunny day, a kind prince was riding his horse through the forest. He heard Rapunzel's sweet singing and was enchanted by her voice. Following the sound, he found the tall tower. He watched from behind a tree as the witch called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair," and climbed up the golden braid. The prince waited until the witch left. Then he called up softly, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel, thinking it was the witch, lowered her hair. To her surprise, a handsome prince climbed up instead. Rapunzel was a little scared at first, but the prince smiled warmly and said, "Don't be afraid. I heard your beautiful singing and wanted to meet you." Rapunzel and the prince talked for hours. She told him about her lonely life in the tower, and he told her about the wonderful world outside. They became good friends and promised to meet again. The prince visited Rapunzel every day, always careful to come when the witch was away. They made a plan for Rapunzel to escape the tower. The prince would bring a piece of cloth each time he visited, and Rapunzel would sew them together to make a long, strong rope. But one day, the wicked witch discovered their secret. She was furious and cut off Rapunzel's beautiful hair. She banished Rapunzel to a distant desert and tricked the prince by lowering the cut braid. When the prince climbed up, he found the angry witch instead of Rapunzel. The witch pushed him out of the tower, and he fell into a thorn bush, which blinded him. The poor prince wandered through the forest, searching for Rapunzel. He was sad and missed her very much. Meanwhile, Rapunzel lived in the desert, heartbroken and lonely. She would sing every day, hoping the prince might hear her. One day, as the prince walked through the forest, he heard a familiar sweet voice singing. He followed the sound and found Rapunzel. Overjoyed, Rapunzel ran to him and hugged him tightly. Her tears of happiness fell on his eyes, and miraculously, his sight was restored. The prince and Rapunzel returned to the kingdom, where they were welcomed with open arms. They lived happily ever after, free from the wicked witch's clutches. As time went by, Rapunzel and the prince shared their story with everyone in the kingdom. They told of their adventures and the trials they faced. The people were amazed by their bravery and love. Rapunzel's parents, who had never stopped searching for her, were overjoyed to be reunited with their daughter. They celebrated her return with a grand feast, and the kingdom was filled with joy and laughter. Rapunzel and the prince decided to help others who were in need. They traveled across the land, rescuing people from danger and spreading kindness wherever they went. They built schools and homes for the poor, ensuring that everyone had a chance to live happily. Rapunzel's long hair grew back even more beautiful than before. She would often let the children of the kingdom braid it and decorate it with flowers. She loved telling them stories of her time in the tower and how she never gave up hope. The children adored her and looked up to her as a symbol of courage and kindness. The wicked witch, realizing her mistakes, decided to change her ways. She apologized to Rapunzel and the prince for all the harm she had caused. They forgave her, and she promised to use her magic for good from then on. The witch became a healer, helping those who were sick and in pain. She and Rapunzel became friends, showing that even the darkest hearts can find light. Rapunzel and the prince eventually had children of their own. They taught them the importance of kindness, bravery, and hope. The children grew up to be just as loving and adventurous as their parents. Moral of the story: this story teaches us about hope and bravery. Even when things seem very difficult, like when Rapunzel was trapped in the tower, she never gave up hope. She found a way to escape with the help of the prince. It also shows us the power of true friendship and love, as Rapunzel and the prince never stopped searching for each other. Remember, no matter how tough things get, we should always keep hoping and be brave, just like Rapunzel and the prince. And always choose kindness, for it can change even the most unlikely hearts.